The wrong way to use healing magic. It might sound like your typical fantasy anime, but it brings something refreshing to the genre. Fantasy and isekai. Combat, emotional stakes, you name it. Let's just get down to it. The story follows Usato. He is a high school student who gets accidentally isekai'd with his two classmates, Ryusen and Inukami. But Usato isn't a hero like the other two of his classmates. They were both summoned to this world because they had potential to become heroes for the world. But Usato was just along for the ride. He got summoned just by being around them, and his classmates who have very cool magic abilities that are pretty rare. But he has an ability that is rare as well. It just so happens to be healing magic. I remember seeing this at first and thought it might be lame because, you know, it's healing magic. Can't be that interesting, but boy was I wrong. I guess you can say I went through a healing experience. Get it? Because like it's about healing magic. Usato's two classmates are brought there and the people are ecstatic because they are the heroes that they wanted. But when Usato gets looked at by the examiner of the magic test, she and the entire palace get scared with good reason. I won't even lie to you. He gets kidnapped by Rose next, aka Dami Mami. You may be wondering, does this guy really find Rose attractive? Yes. Yes. Rose is the commander of the rescue team, a group of battle medics. Whenever she finds someone that has an aptitude for healing magic, she rushes to the scene because, once again, it's very rare. It's a very rare form of magic, and she herself uses this, so she knows the value. But she throws Usato into really crazy training that looks like torture, honestly. But this anime does something that's really cool to me. While Usato trains, he is definitely becoming an absolute unit. They use a bit of a cheat code, bro. Usato, he's pushed to the brink of exhaustion by Rose every day. His legs, his lungs, or even his arms, right? If you train for so long, your body's just gonna become exhausted. He can just heal himself or have Rose heal him so he will not feel exhaustion. That is pretty fucking nuts. I've never seen an anime do something like this, so I have to give them points for originality. This show takes the typical weak and useless healer trope and they turn it around entirely, bro, and it's so great. But now let's talk a bit about the characters a little bit. Usato is a really fun protag. At first he's a bit lame to me, but he was just a normal guy, and in anime I typically like my main characters with either extreme sauce, crazy powers, or with a bit of trauma. That shit going on around them. And what can I say? I'm toxic. But instead of him getting his OP powers handed to him instantly, like most isekai, we actually watch him earn every bit of it. All of his strength through pure willpower. And he did this through a lot of pain, by the way. I talked about Usato, but brother, Dami Mami Rose is easily the highlight of this series. She's terrifying, very OP, and let's just say she's fucking nuts. But she genuinely believes in turning Usato into a person who can save lives at a moment's notice. She gives him tough love, and at times it can seem a bit excessive and extreme, but it's obvious that she really cares for the guy and the rest of her squad, of course. Okay, now the classmates Suzune and Kazuki, they have pretty standard roles. They serve as good plot and development for Usato, but they're pretty standard. I don't care for them too much. I can live without them. This anime has the usual fantasy setting, but it balances everything perfectly. Comedy, hype moments, heartfelt moments, and some solid world building, surprisingly. I honestly think that the show, it looks cool. It's like, it's decent. It's nothing like groundbreaking, but it's just solid. I know a lot of people are into like really sexy animation, and this show doesn't do that. It's just simple, but I do think that it's a fun show for anybody. The wrong way to use healing magic is a different type of isekai for sure, but in a good way. It gives me a mix of a classical anime feel with magical fantasy elements along with pretty dark and comedic twists and some very good backstories. Rose's backstory broke me in this show almost. Usato, our main character, isn't your typical overpowered isekai protagonist, but someone who works for his power and is rewarded. Please just give this show a shot. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like, subscribe. I'll see you next time.